The thing about black sheeps is that they are very unorthodox people. They're unique people that have their own creativity. They have their own mind. They think for themselves. They separate themselves away from the pack that's filled with a bunch of normal echo chamber type of minds that do not contribute to anything worthwhile or contribute to anything better in life and for development and progress for everyone involved. These are the type of people that have a certain way of thinking. They think differently, they think for themselves. Black sheeps don't need validation. They don't need acceptance. They don't need people to co-sign them or endorse them. It's not needed for them to be something more in life. But these are the type of people that were doubted, looked down on, outcasted, told that they were not good enough. People had dismissed their talents. Their abilities were overlooked. They had a certain way of thinking. They had a evolutionary and thought-provoking mindset that stimulates the minds of other people. But for the masses, they don't catch on. For the masses, they overlook that mindset of a black sheep. You can't just think black sheeps are the type of people that want to be antisocial, anti-people, or people that are just loners. That's the negative perception that black sheeps tend to get. And that's very deceptive to think that way, and simply not true at all, because the way these people move, they need time and space to figure themselves out. And some people don't take the time for themselves. They don't take the time to figure out their own life and what they want their future to look like. Black sheeps, they tend to think ahead. They tend to be there for others. They tend to be a good friend to others. But when it's time for people to be there for them, well, there's no one around. The people that they thought were going to be there, they're absent. They disappeared. They went a different way. Black sheeps were dealing with people that weren't dealing with them. They were only dealing with a black sheep because of what they can do for people. The kind words they can give them, the encouraging words they can give them. Some people just use you because you can give an encouraging word to them, which ain't nothing wrong with that. You can lend them some money if they need it. You can give them a helping hand. But when it's your turn to struggle, when it's your turn to be in a sandbox, when it's your turn to go through trials and tribulations, those same people are absent. Those same people are nowhere to be found. They're not capable of being there for you when you need them the most. And that's just the reality. And this is why black sheeps don't have a lot of friends, because they're not understood all the way through. They're usually misunderstood. They feel like they have to explain themselves over and over again just to get a point across. They got to explain things, and it becomes draining to do that. It becomes draining to explain yourself constantly to people who are just so focused on misunderstanding you and everything about you. And this has been part of my struggles as well. And the first people that are going to misunderstand a black sheep is the family aspect. They may have a few good friends here and there, but how long will those few good friends last? When you see, it's cool to be friends with people that, based off your interests, based off the things you guys got in common, But outside of that, there's no real connection. There's no real friendship being built or bond being built, you know. So the friendship is based off materialism. It's based off what I like and what you like and what your favorite movie is, what your favorite food is, you know, what your favorite show is. And, you know, you got situational friends within the workplace, you know, but for the most part, man, you're not close with a whole lot of people when you're a black sheep. You're not. You're not close with a whole lot of people. You can hold conversations, you can interact. That's what human beings are supposed to do at the end of the day. But there's just a select few amount of people that you will find yourself in good relations with, that you connect to well. It's hard to find those type of people today. Good characters, people with good character, people with good hearts, people with respect, that are trustworthy, etc. The type of people that will stand 10 toes down for you when you're going through it. The same, you know, you've proven yourself to be someone that will have anyone's back, no matter who they are. But they got to prove themselves too, to have your back. And this is why black sheeps don't mix and mingle with other people, because they've had too many fake friendships. They have endured a lot of betrayal. They've endured a lot of mistrust from people. They've endured a lot of hardships that was caused by other people. They've endured heartbreak. They've endured a smear campaign. They've endured lies, deceit, okay, from family and friends. You talk to a black sheep today, they're not going to be close with their family members. They may have one good friend. One. Right? They may be close with their mom or dad. But the rest of the family, they've been cut off for a long time. They've been separate for a long time. You know? Because when you have your own mind, you think for yourself. Not for yourself. You think for yourself. I meant to say, you think for yourself. But it's not in the name of your own best interest, right? It's only in the best interest of other people and the world around you. You know what I'm saying? And black sheeps, they only become black sheeps when they've been wronged by people in the past. When they don't fit in, they don't fit that mold. They just don't fit in to the mix or blend in well with people. You know, because that's how black sheeps are more molded, created, based off family rejection, based off friendship betrayals. You know, and you'll get a hint, a sign of this when you're in school. When you get around people, you figure out as time progresses, you don't fit in with these people. You know, and you're not meant to. You're not meant to fit the mold. You're not meant to be in the mix with those sheep. You're not meant to share the same echo chamber with everyone else. Black sheeps have their own chamber, not an echo chamber, but just a chamber, because they don't need people to they don't need for people to always agree with them, to agree with their philosophies, agree with their way of thinking, their perspectives, their insights. They don't need people for that. You understand? It's the people that are trying to fit in with everyone, trying to blend in with the rest. You know, get in where they fit in. They don't got a mind of their own. They can't disagree with nobody. They have to agree with the rest of the white sheep. They have to share an echo chamber with everyone else in order to conform, in order to feel like they're a part of it, right? So that they feel important, right? No one wants to feel like they're missing out on anything. No one wants to be outcasted. No one wants to be orchestrated. I don't know if I'm saying the word right. Orchestrized, whatever that word is. No, I know I'm not pronouncing it. I'm butchering the name like crazy, but y'all know what I mean. You know, they just have their own echo chamber of conformality. You know, normalization, and the world will try to program you to think the same way that other people are supposed to think, the normal way of living, which is really not normal, if you ask me. You know, because this world is, at the end of the day, the world is in sin. It's filthy. The world in itself is crazy, chaotic, barbaric. All types of stuff is wrong with this world. You know, black sheeps, of course, they have their ways on how they can fix the world, how they can make it better. But they have to first fix themselves. You know, if you're someone that's a black sheep, you got to fix yourself, man. You can't worry about trying to fix other people and fix the world or offer a lot of solutions, because your solutions that you have to offer, they may be different from the rest of people that think the same, that are stuck in that echo chamber. See, Jesus Christ, he was not stuck in a bubble. He was not stuck in an echo chamber. He was a walking black sheep. However, he had a job to do. He had a mission to do. He had purpose to stand on, purpose to serve. And he served that purpose well. He did. He really, really did. But he did not belong with everybody. He did not fit in with the rest. A lot of his own people, they out him. They mocked him, disrespected him. They made him feel like he wasn't wanted. His people wanted him dead. His people wanted him dead. They didn't want him to serve his purpose, to spread the gospel. They didn't want him to be a man on a mission for the Most High, for his Father's business, for the kingdom's business. You know? And so I'm just making this video to let y'all know that black sheeps are just a different entity of people. They're just different. They're unique in their own way. They're not special, because I believe no one is really special. You know, I believe that Jesus Christ was special. The way he would heal the sick, the way that he would preach the gospel, you know, I believe he was special. But the rest of us, you know, we have our own issues. The rest of us have our own obstacles to climb. The rest of us are just, we have a long way to go. You know what I mean? But for a black sheep, they need to work on fixing their life. They need to prioritize healing if they want to fix other things in the world and better the world. They got to fix themselves and better themselves, because black sheep, at the end of the day, they have been damaged.